Yeah. Oh, just a good clap. Um, we're back with another review. This time of Wonder Man. It was good. This was good. This was a good show. A really good MCU show. Also, like watching Wonder Man was like watching a TV show that included Marvel characters. If that makes sense. So it was a good show that was in a comic book world, and it works. Like if you take the comic book characters out of it, this by itself could be a good show. And that's why I like it, because it brings back kind of that old MCU where it's like good stories with superheroes included inside them. You know what I mean? And this show does it perfectly. Really good concept. A dude wants to be an actor. He wants to be an actor. He finally gets, the chance to play a character called Wonder Man, who is a character or movie that is him and his dad used to watch when he was younger and whatnot. His favorite movie. Now this is his chance to do it. But at the same time, he's dealing with having powers, and then those power, you're not allowed to work in Hollywood if you have powers and whatnot. And it's just how everything works together is so nice. It's really good. Like this is I think on par with Loki when it just comes to just how enjoyable it is when it comes to, as a Marvel TV show. Because let's look it up this. Let's look this up real quick. Marvel TV shows. So what do we have? What do we have? Daredevil Born Again was alright. Ironheart was kind of meh. It wasn't peak, but it wasn't horrible. Echo, oh, Secret Invasion. Jesus Christ, that was just oof. Bro, what if? Man, that fell off hard. But let's focus on live action though. Just when it comes to live action stuff, Wonder Man is probably like one of the best things they made. So in a hot minute, because Loki came out a while ago, didn't it? Let me double check Loki. Loki TV series episode guide. When season 2 come out? I can show this for you guys. You guys can take a peek. Yeah, this show came out 2021 was season 2. 2021. Or 2023. Season 1 was 2021. But yeah, a hot minute we had when did Moon Knight come out? Moon Knight was a while ago too. Point is, it's been a minute we had like a really good MCU show. And it's crazy how no one's really talking about this. Maybe because it was just kind of I don't want to say low key dropped. Like there wasn't a lot of trailers going on for this show. It kind of just here it is, boom, and dropped all 8 episodes. But they're always also 30 minutes a piece too. And low key, people are talking about it, but I think this is also true as well. But they low key could have just made this a full on just come out with episodes, make it one long film movie type. That would work perfectly. But it is what it is. I'm not complaining too much. I enjoyed it because then at that point you could take breaks with the episodes. It was just really good. And going back to it being real when it comes to a good show of Marvel characters around it, being the Marvel Universe. When it comes to rules and whatnot, a good example in the show was how he was worried he wouldn't get the job because he has powers. Because in one of the episodes called Doorman, there was this famous celebrity called Doorman. He had powers. He could make a door through himself. Then an accident happened, which caused one of his co-stars to die practically because he went inside of him, but then they come out the other side. So there was a whole clause saying, "Hey, listen, if you have superpowers, you can't work in TV or film and whatnot because the liabilities of you hurting other people and whatnot." So we have that going on in the background too, which felt very real. Okay, I can't work with people because of my powers and whatnot. So I gotta keep that on the low key. Then on top of that, you have the government. I think it's called Department of Cleanup Crew. I think it is. Whatever they're called. They're on the hunt for people with powers or whatnot because they're getting budget cuts because they're not putting enough people in their prison. Their prison's practically empty. Bro, listen, we need to find some power people so we can have a reason for the taxpayers to pay for our stuff because if not, we're gonna get shut down and get budget cuts and whatnot. So we have that in the background. 2 people of the main antagonists, I'll say, wanting to find Wonder Man and actually capture us to be hey, listen, his reason for our business to stay open and whatnot, or this part of the government to stay open, is because we have an actual new guest in our expensive jail cell. Stuff like that. And then even including Trevor too, the OG, the fake Mandarin and whatnot, having him be the actor to be like the actor friend of Wonder Man or Simon in this case. It all felt, this show felt very natural. Like it's just kind of like a good pocket of the Marvel Cinematic Universe of like, oh look, there's this upcoming actor who also has powers. Here's a story and his upbringing, and it was just really good. I just like that. I like how just real the story felt, just like kind of like a one-off. So like, oh look, here's what some people with superpowers could deal with in the Marvel universe. You know, if they want to be an actor, and then like it tied in like people we also know too to make it more connected. I'll say with using the Trevor the Mandarin, like him being an actor. Like again, like his whole gimmick was, I was an actor was who was you know kind of threatened to pay the Mandarin, but also paid or whatnot. And then like him now, you know, getting a chance to be free from jail if he, you know, brings in Wonder Man in custody and whatnot. You know, like set him up so he could get the evidence to get him in jail. That was nice. Seemed like the whole arc together too of like, you know, Wonder Man getting through his trauma and whatnot. It was just really good. I really like the show. Like actually like the show thoroughly. There's like no real complaints whatsoever. Even like when it comes to his family drama and whatnot, that felt again just very real and ground. Like, hey, listen, you're an upcoming actor, you're kind of broke, your brother's successful, your mom's, you know, your mom's doing okay, but she's just happy to, that you're, you know, doing well and whatnot. But your brother's like, hey, listen, you're kind of smooching off of mom right now, you're kind of a bum. Like, woke with me, just give on this whole acting dream, but you want to pursue that dream not only because this is something you actually like to do, but at the same time, you know, your dad believes you could be a great actor as well. Like, this is your chance. And on top of that, you're playing a character that you and your dad both, that you fell in love with your dad because that was his favorite movie as well. So it was just layers on top of layers with that. And it was really good. It was great. Even like, you know, the build up to Trevor revealing like he was like a traitor and whatnot. And like that hit home for Simon because again, well not again, but more lore. Man had like no real friends. He was kind of just like a loner. Like even when he heard from his family too, like he always kept to himself. He was always quiet. So adding that to like you actually have a friend, or you think someone's your friend, then like he betrays you as well. It's like, bro, what is this? And then I'm sorry I'm saying it then a lot, but it's just so the way they do it is just so clean because the movie he's filming, the Wonder Man movie remake, I should say. Like in that movie, they're saying like, and the twist is his partner who considers his friends also going to betray him as well. So like the movie they're trying to make kind of connects to the actual overall story as well. So that was just very nice and fresh. It was good, man. I keep saying it was just good, but like it was just a good show. I recommend watching. It's a quick watch. I finished it in like a afternoon, bro. Like once I came back home, it was just like easy watch and I'm done, bro. It was nice. It's only 8 episodes too, so it was an easy watch too. It's good. It's good. That's really it. I highly recommend this show actually. Like if it just comes for like Marvel stuff, check it out. Now again, if you're looking for like heavy action, you know, superpowers and whatnot, that's not gonna happen here. It's kind of like a whole retelling of the character, new perspective. It's like it's like the MCU's version of Wonder Man, and it works out. People were complaining too, where I see people like, you know, comparing this Wonder Man to Avengers Earth Mightiest Heroes, which I feel like is, I'll say the younger crowd, I say like my generation, that's Wonder Man we knew, was that Simon, because that's how I knew Wonder Man was, because like him versus Tony Stark in Avengers Earth Mightiest Heroes and whatnot. That's how I'm like, you know, fully purple Wonder Revenge against Tony. That's how I remember him as. But you know, there's a common version too people talk about. I don't know nothing about him, bro. I'm a tourist when it comes to that stuff. I just know Avengers Earth Mightiest Heroes. But Loki, if we're being honest, the whole sidetrack, I feel like as of recently, Avengers Earth Mightiest Heroes been getting like a lot of traction and like a lot of hype. And I low-key feel like there's a lot of people like watching clips and just hyping up whoever that watch the show and just, you know, being like, oh, this is peak, yada yada. Having like watch them just a little gassing up just for engagement. You know what I mean? Like when it comes to certain shows, especially like old school shows, just like a lot of people like having them saying, oh yeah, this is OG, this is great and whatnot. But I feel like they weren't really watching the show for real, and they're just kind of just saying just for engagement bait, if that makes sense. Maybe I'm taking, but I feel like that's been like a common thing with like a lot of old shows. Even like, you know, semi-recent things too, like stuff that came out in like what the 2020s and whatnot. People who weren't even a fans, but now they're switching up just for the engagement. Uh, Not really a fan of that. Don't really like that. I really don't like how people just hop on things for like the trend and whatnot, just because it's trend to talk about. That's kind of annoying, but not annoying, but just these are bad taste in my life. Bad taste in my mouth. You know what I mean? Because like, how are you going to hop on the show, gas it up if you haven't like really watched the show? You know what I mean? Because now, and then they hard to finish like, oh, this is like the best thing ever. I'm like, bro, you make people actually look this show kind of look bad because people are now thinking like all the fans are like this. He's like heavy fans like, oh, we need this, yada yada yada. I'm like, bro, let's calm down. Like, do I agree? Like, this show should have got like another season. 110%. Like, Earth Mightiest Heroes should have got like another season. Like, that was like a true comic book show. That got me into some comics. So, shout out to them for sure. But nowadays, bro, like, are they gonna make like a season 2? Probably. Oh, not season 2. Was it season 4? Which one is it? It's not 3. I think they went up to 3 seasons. Let's double check. Seasons. I'm pretty sure. Whatever, 2010, 2012. Oh yeah, it was season. So season 3. Yeah, it was 2 seasons. I mean, they gave us a lot. 40 episodes. Not 40, but 26 plus what? 26, 40, 52. That's not bad. That's not bad. Yeah, season 2 would have been great. That's a whole tangent, by the way, but what was I talking about? Earth Mightiest Heroes, the tours for that. Yeah, I remember. Now I'm starting to recollect what I was trying to say. But back to Wonder Man. Great show. I recommend. Probably like the best thing Marvel dropped for a hot minute when it comes to TV shows. Like I said in the beginning. Yeah, because it's been a hot minute. Is there any other Marvel TV shows coming out? Let's check out real quick. TV shows 2026. Wonder Man, we already saw. Daredevil's coming out. 97. That's not it. Oh, Vision Quest. That could be good. I'm actually heavy into Vision Quest. Might be guys actually. All you have is like Daredevil and Vision Quest, then, huh? WandaVision, not gonna. Okay, bet. This could be it right here. I have high hopes for this, bro. I feel like they low-key wasted Vision, if we're being real. Like, they could have done so much with Vision, bro. They really could have. But, okay. I'm officially done now. Y'all, like the video and subscribe, okay? And I will catch y'all later. Y'all be easy.